Good afternoon, my fellow tacticians. With UGC Season 20 starting up, we here at Tactical Knowledge decided to start off this season with a look at the first week's map for Highlander, Payload Swiftwater, for all you players looking for a guide on how to compete on this map.
Now, for those of you who are new to competitive or looking for tips, keep in mind what we say in this video is strictly from what we've seen and experienced in our time playing competitive.
With that said, let's get started. It's tactics time! Starting on the first point of this payload map, most defending teams will employ a very light defense, simply because of how easy it is for the attackers to break this point's hold, with it being so close to their spawn. However, occasionally, the defenders will place a sniper in this house, with a flanking class like the scout to back him up. For you medics out there, keep this in mind, as a sniper in this house has full view of blue team spawn and will be looking to pick you off.
Furthermore, while it's unlikely, occasionally the defenders may try to set up a sentry or dispenser nest behind this wall, using the Uber to counter any hard pushes. But again, with how close it is to spawn, this is not a very defendable position for long, and soon reinforcement pressure of blue will overwhelm it.
The first real point of contesting for the payload, assuming red didn't set up their sentry nest on the very first point as previously mentioned, will be in this tunnel. With the cart and the attackers requiring to funnel through this single tunnel entrance, it's easy to stop and stall the cart for the defenders. And with only one other direction the attackers can push in, any pushes can be predicted and spotted. A sentry gun positioned here, with the combo and overcharge to back it up, combined with sniper support for any early picks, and demo sticky and grenade spam, makes this a very difficult position to break without a coordinated effort on the attacker's part.
Likewise, for the attackers, be aware of the defenders holding here, and try to send in a spy or even a scout using this flank route to get behind the defenders, as these two doors open up as the points become captured one after another, providing additional routes to attack from.
Our next point of contesting will be this position, overlooking the second point. If the tunnel is secured and the defenders have time to set up, this is where most teams will try to stall the cart, as this is closer to the defenders' spawn compared to the attackers. A sentry gun here, with sniper for range control, plus a combo to support and control the ground area, and a soldier position here on the high ground makes this a strong defensive position for red.
If blue wishes to take this ground, they must contend or control this area, so as to possibly snipe and spam down the sentry gun. Likewise, both teams should contend this control room, which will allow for aforementioned control of the high ground. Moving on to the third point, though closer in distance from second, it's also much closer to the defender's spawn, meaning the attackers must deal critical blows to the defenders in order to keep them from stalling the cart due to sheer reinforcement power.
For the defenders, keeping control of this roof with a sentry gun and having a soldier or demo to control this high ground, as well as protecting the back entrance route, is the key to this defense. As before, using the combo to control the ground area and provide support where needed will be necessary to holding this position. For attackers, taking control of this high ground is almost necessary, as other avenues of pushing through are all low ground, and thus makes the attackers sitting ducks from possible high ground spam and damage.
Moving on to the fourth point, taking control and keeping the cart's path clear will be the key for the attackers, as this position is easily defender favored. With the sight lines the sniper can have, the large terrain the attackers must take, the distance the cart must travel, and how slow it is to advance through this section, means that unless the cart's path is clear for the most of its distance, they'll have a hard time moving forward.
For the defenders, positioning a sniper here or here will be the key to controlling how fast the attackers can push, as before they can proceed safely to deal with your team's defenses, they must dislodge or remove you from either of these positions. Just to demonstrate, this is the field of view that the sniper has from one of these positions. As you can see, the range he can dominate on this point is unsurpassed. Unless dealt with, a good sniper can easily stop an attack just by his presence and even destroy it with a vital pick, such as a medic with an overcharge.
For the attackers, sending a spy or scout or using your own sniper to take out the enemy sniper will be key to a safe push, and using standard pushing tactics with your overcharge to break their defense. Assuming you do break the defense, keep 2 people, preferably the scout and someone else, pushing the cart, while the rest of the able-bodied team pushes forward to keep the cart's path clear. If you are stopped here, it is very difficult to regain momentum on this hill.
For the last point hold, a sentry gun is very powerful, as teams don't have much time to react to it without knowing exactly where it's positioned. A demo man, using stickies to close off this staircase, and a soldier for high ground control will make this point nigh unbreakable.
For both teams, controlling this room will be crucial for both offensive and defensive reasons. Controlling this room and the corridor will allow the defenders to protect the alternate routes to the last point, and protect the flanks the attackers need to use to attack the sentry gun from a more favorable direction.
For attackers, controlling these 2 positions will allow the attackers to coordinate the push into the last point from a more favorable direction, as pushing in through the cart's path is suicide no matter the condition. With such a small area, and with all the high ground advantages and possible positions for the defenders, only an uber-charged combo will survive it long enough to be the last ones alive. We hope you all take this knowledge into your future payload matches, and for those of you competing in the Monday UGC match for Highlander, good luck, and keep on thinking tactically.
You know, Imperator does a lot to come up and condense all his experience into these tactics. Perhaps you should give that fedora-wearing Reshiram a like, and perhaps even subscribe or comment on what you think of his video to show your support.
Yeah, any input is welcome, and that's the truth.